of inventory.
Yes.
Perpetual. That is very much important. So what I'm gonna do, remember, we're just trying to to cover too many things at the same time. So what I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna say, okay, we are using perpetual. If it was periodic, it will look like this. Is it okay?
So if it was periodic, it would look like the question.
No, I'm just saying what I'm gonna do. What I suggest, ne?
Or we do
we're gonna
perpetual
answer
and
according to the
periodic.
perpetual, ne?
Yes.
At the same time, we do what? The periodic.
Oh, periodic. Okay, no, that's fine.
I don't know, because for you become sometimes they try to complicate. Can you see in this case, the question says you must ignore VAT. Can we spice it up and say VAT is applicable?
Yes.
Yeah, because we don't like easy stuff. So we are Malaza. We are selling artwork because it's important for you to know this information. We are using Perpetual. We said, let me do this. We said we are not going to ignore VAT. Now we said VAT is applicable, ne?
Yes.
For this exercise, because we want to make it interesting. Because if there is no VAT, it's not interesting. But I know for you, for BCom, they normally include VAT. Okay.
Yes.
Let me know if you are ready, and we start.
Let me just write down the question.
No problem. For now, just check the first paragraph so that it makes sense, and then thereafter we can go through to the transactions, and then we start. But I'm going to ask questions on this one.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, no problem. This is the format. No, this is the format that I'm going to use. But yeah, let's take it one step at a time. Let's start with the first transaction. Remember, we are Malaza.
Yes.
They said we bought merchandise. And that merchandise was bought how?
On credit.
Remember, these two things that I just highlighted here must give us the two accounts. Try them before we can collaborate. What are the two accounts?
So merchandise is trading inventory. And then on credit.
Okay. Inventory. Okay. The other account?
Creditors control.
Creditors control. I'm impressed so far. I'm impressed, to be honest. I don't even think that you really need me. Okay. Now, remember we said VAT is applicable. Do you think that this trading stock is VATable?
Yes.
Which VAT is that? When you buy, what is the VAT that is associated with buying?
Standard rated VAT, the 15%.
No, yeah, I agree with you. It's standard rated, but I want the name of the account for that VAT after we calculate it.
Would it be bank?
It's either output or input. The VAT. Remember, VAT can either be input or output. So which VAT are we going to have here?
Input VAT.
Input VAT. Remember, when we buy, we pay input VAT. When we sell, we charge output. Remember that?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Can you see now? So firstly, I want you to know how to do this. If you can do this, you'll never go wrong. Remember, I teach you as a beginner. Don't feel bored and say, "I Sylvester, you're demoting me." So I'm trying to think like you have never seen accounting before. So that's why I want you to write everything for now, so that we can see how easy it's gonna be.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know whether you want to go direct and try, or you want us to classify further. Remember when I was teaching you before, I used to take it further. I don't know whether you want me to take it further, or do you want to go straight and come here?
We can take it further.
Okay. What is inventory to us? Groups.
It's an asset.
It's an asset.
Yes.
What about the creditors control?
And liability.
Liability. What about input VAT?
Would it be income?
Will be an asset.
Oh, would it be an asset? Okay.
You can write it down. You can write it down. Input VAT is an asset because it's claimable. Output VAT is a liability. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, so it will never change. Don't so whenever you see VAT, either you choose between assets and liabilities.
All right.
Help me here. What is happening to the inventory? Is it going up or down?
It's going down because he purchased it on credit. Well, we
No.
purchased it on credit.
Can you see? When you buy on credit, it doesn't matter. Think about you, ne? Let's say you go and buy cell phone on credit, and let's say you've got a cell phone now, ne?
Yes.
And then you buy another one on credit. Will they
it's
wait
going
until
up.
you pay, or will they give you? It's going up. It doesn't matter how I
Yes.
bought it. The fact is, they will give me that, so it's going up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What about my liabilities? Up or down?
Down.
You bought on credit, you owe more.
So
Does
they're
that make
going
sense?
up. Yes.
They're going
Up.
Can you see? The reason why I insist on this now is because I want you to have that understanding. Can you see now? So take it practical, like it's your own business. When you go, okay, what happens to the koloto tsa hao?
The increase.
Yeah, body. Yeah. Too much. So that's why you must always make sure that you make it practical, man. It's what you do in a daily basis. So just make sure that you do that. Let me do this. This one. What about input VAT? Up or down?
So we
What is
buying,
happening to the asset?
so it's gonna go up.
Up. So this is that's what, always try to do this first. And then now please, rules. Assets increase under which side?
Debit side.
Debit side. What about the liabilities increase under which side?
Credit side.
What about the assets? They increase under which side?
Debit side.
Can you see this will help you a lot? So already you have got the answers here.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
No problem. Now we're ready for action. That was 1.1. I'm just going to write 1.1 here. So that I know that you don't have a question with you, but yeah, maybe you can see it from that from your side. That's 1.1. How many journals do we have? If I may ask, I know it's a boring question, but how many journals do we have all in all?
Oh, okay, okay. So I must say them all the journals that we have.
Now I can just give me the number, I'll correct you.
Isn't it five? No, I said 5K. CBP, CBR, GJ, debtors. About 7, isn't it 7?
8, ne? There are 8, yeah?
Okay, 8. Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They will never ask you that question. I was just checking. They will never ask you how many. Okay. So,
Okay.
out of those 8, where do you think, if they ask you for a journal, we are going to record this one? If let's say they asked you for a journal, which journal do you think this transaction was supposed to be recorded into?
CBP.
Is there any cash here?
So then it would have been CBR.
Is there any cash here?
Not credit.
Okay, let me tell you something. You only say CBP if you paid cash. In this case, we
Okay.
did not pay cash. Are we together?
Yes.
You only say CBR if you are receiving cash. We are not receiving cash here. Are we together?
Yes.
So we bought on credit. You can only go to a journal called CJ.
Oh, yes, creditors journal.
Perfect. Can you see? I like the fact that we are doing this because remember, one of your sections is called subsidiary journals. You must know where to go. And that section has got more marks. I think you can agree with me. You know, those CBR, CBPs, CJ,
Yes.
CAJ, they've got, yeah, that section has got a lot of marks. So you need to know those things. But at least in a way, we're revising them here. Are you okay so far?
Yes.
Yes, CJ, as you can see here. I wrote CJ here. Account debited is this one. It's inventory.
Yes.
So I'm going to record. And account debited, I'm going to write what? Inventory. And then here we have got account credited as what? As you can see, we created what?
Creditors control.
Creditors control. You can see here, I'm just going to come here and credit creditors control. But we've got another one called what? Here. Input VAT. What did we say? We said what? Debit.
Yes, it's a debit.
I must come here to the debit. Can you see if you've got VAT, that's how you must. So you just have to copy and paste.
Okay. Okay.
Because I know for you guys, they like adding VAT. You can be lucky if there was no VAT. Remember, we were supposed to only have these 2 accounts.
Oh, yes. Just trading
Yes.
inventory and creditors control.
Yeah, but you must always check the question. If they say VAT is applicable, you must always show them VAT where applicable. Because VAT, we don't always calculate VAT. You know, some items are not VATable. Ne?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you are happy, I'm happy. Can we continue?
Yes, we can.
Now, trading inventory here. Which column here out of the three will trading inventory affect?
Assets.
Assets. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna come and affect assets. Are we together?
Yes.
So we have got creditors. Creditors will affect which one?
Liabilities.
Creditors here will go and affect liabilities. Okay. We have got input VAT. Input VAT will affect
Assets.
assets. Hey, I feel like I'm teaching you like I'm teaching, you know, the way I say is like, you know, in grade R. This thing. Sorry, there. As long as it
It's
makes sense.
fine,
It doesn't
say.
matter.
End of the day, it's gonna be worth it.
Yes. Can you see how do we decide on how to affect?
So isn't input VAT under assets,
Sorry,
not owner's equity?
I made a mistake. Sorry. I made a mistake. Sorry about
Okay,
that.
no problem.
It must say assets here. It must come here. It must also come here. Thank you so much. Okay, now I want us to ask ourselves a question here, but it's okay. Okay, just for interest sake, because out of the three,
Yes.
we need to know which account is the main account. Out of the three, which one do you think is the main account? Remember, especially when it comes to ledger, the general journal, you must always know the main account. Just for interest sake, what do you think is the main account out of those three accounts?
Creditors control.
I like that. I like that. Let me just write this. This is our main account. It's the main account. Okay, now we know our main account. But why is it important for us to know the main account, if I may ask?
Because that's where all the money is calculated. Well, the total money is calculated.
That's true. So it means the total money will go to creditors.
Yes.
Okay, now, so I'm gonna come here because you mentioned that here. Let me change the color. So here we know the amount of creditors already. How much is it?
It's 56,500.
56,500. And then now, please calculate. I prefer to start with VAT. You know, from our past experience, I always told you guys that if you struggle, always start with VAT. So how will I calculate VAT on this amount? Remember, we either use, I don't know if you still use my technique of 15 over something or what, or did you change?
No, it's still the same.
You either use 15 over 100 or 15 over 105. Which one I want to use?
15 over 115.
Yes. What is the 15 over 115 of 56,500?
Okay. It's 7,369,56 or 57.
Or 57. So that is the VAT.
Yes.
Can you see now? Immediately after doing that, the difference will be the amount for inventory. Remember, inventory must always exclude VAT, okay?
Yes.
Then how much is the inventory now? We just say 56,500. We minus 7,369 rands and 57 cents. So the difference will come here.
That would be 5, 49,130,43.
So now you are ready for action. Can you see now?
Yes.
So I don't know if it is making sense so far or not.
So when I'm calculating this, sir, I'm calculating for the T account, or am I
You are
calculating for?
calculating for both. Even if they're asking you for T accounts, you must do the same. You're also calculating for what we are currently doing, which is account equation. You're also calculating if they asked you for the general journal.
Okay.
Because you need the same. Can you see these things like general journal? Okay, all the journals, the ledger, and the account equation, they are all the same. It's just that they're in different formats. Students don't know that. Because even if I was dealing with ledger account, I was supposed to be doing this. Because without this, I cannot get the figures. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's why for me, if you know your account equation, you know your general ledger, you also know your general journal. Because they're the same. They both have debits and the credit. Can you see now? They both have amounts. It's just that the way they are presented is different. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can I tell you a secret? The mistake which the students make the most, when they do general ledger, they change the approach. They think that doing something different. When they do account equation, they change their approach. They think that it's something different. When they're doing GJ, they change. No, do the same thing. It's just that the formats are different, but calculations and everything, all the accounts remain the same. Did you get that?
Yes.
Sorry to be emotional.
It's okay. It happens.
Okay, but you got the point.
Okay. Yes.
Perfect. So I'm telling you, when we do the GJ, you will see this thing. I'm gonna do the same thing here. So I want you to master this so that when I go to the GJ, I can also show what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you this transaction in the GJ.
Okay.
The same transaction that we're doing after this, after we complete the 1.1, I'm gonna show you if it was GJ, it was supposed to look like this. You will be surprised. Can we continue?
Yes, we can continue, sir.
No, let me not do GJ because I don't want to scare you, but I'm gonna refer you back by the time when we do GJ. Okay. So now can we continue?
Yes, we can continue.
No problem. Now, this is what I want you to do. Remember, we said trading inventory here will affect what? Assets.
Yes.
How? Positively or negatively?
Positively.
Positively because we said it is going up. Remember, we
Yes.
say plus, how much is the amount for inventory? 49.
130,43.
How easy is that if you analyze? It's like you are copying and pasting, but you and I know that we've worked for it.
Yes.
Yeah, can you see now? Inventory affected what? So what is the next one? Creditors?
Liability.
It affects liability. Positively or negatively?
Positively
How much?
by 56,500.
Can you see? Easy like that. Now we're left with input VAT. Which account, which column are we going to affect?
Assets as well.
Positively or negatively?
Positively.
How much?
7,369,57.
And here we can just put 0 here. You can put 0, it doesn't matter. Can you see how easy was that to record? So as long as you align the accounts, it's very easy. This is how you're supposed to show it. So you can see if you add the 2, they must always give you that. Because of the equation.
Yep.
These are the assets, 0 plus 56. So obviously this must be equals to 0 plus this one. And it balances, as you can see, to show that you're correct.
Yes.
But you must follow the principles. Any question?
No. So far I understand.